4th down and 6. Olbridge gotta have it. Shotgun formation. Nugent, a lot of time. Rolls out. He's running out of space. Will roll the other way. They look, corner of the end zone. Touchdown!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead, and the Props will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Andrews will be in shotgun. He takes the snap, makes the handoff. He'll throw it down the left sideline. He's got a wide open receiver. He's got the touchdown.
Motion man is Simmons. Trotman throwing towards Simmons down the field, and he makes the catch in traffic for a Bearcats touchdown.
Back to pass, middle of the field. The catch is made by Britt. She's off to the races at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Britt is in for the score.
Back on in, here's Yoxon. Yoxon to the backhand, trying to go to the front, makes the move and shot, and he scores!
And Gracie comes set and delivers. And that's it on the ground to second. Throw to first, in time, and the ball game is over. South Shore survives a late scare, and they are the 2024 New York State Little League Baseball champions. Live from Great Kills Little League, the PDF Sports Network welcomes you back into coverage of the 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Championship. In our final game of pool play, Union Endicott Little League takes on Saugerties Little League. Good evening, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman alongside Nicholas Bavona. And Nick, we're finally here, our last game of pool play. We'll talk a bit more about the matchup in just a few moments as we wait for the playing of the national anthem. And we are back here on the PDF Sports Network, just moments away from first pitch in our 12th and final game of pool play in this 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Championship. Union Endicott Little League, the visiting team in this game. They take on Saugerties Little League. Both teams 0-2. One of these two teams will earn their first victory in pool play here tonight. However, their bid for a semifinal spot came to an end yesterday, as this side of the pool was already decided. White Plains and Port Washington each beginning pool play 2-0, locked up their spots. They went head-to-head just about an hour ago, and it was White Plains taking the win in that game to move on to tomorrow's first game against St. James Smithtown Little League. Port Washington meets South Shore after that at 11:30. But Nick, obviously both of these teams would love to leave this state championship with a win. What needs to happen for these sides to do that?
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of offense in this game, Joe, in my opinion. We've seen what Saugerties has done at the plate. Their first game obviously didn't go their way, a 3-2 loss in a game that they had a chance to win in that one, and things just went wrong for them towards the end. A couple of base running mistakes cost them that first game. Game number 2 for Saugerties, we saw an all-time classic here at PDF. They were up 3-0. They then trailed 5-3. They got a 6, back in the 6. Took a 9-5 lead going into the bottom half of the inning. They lost that game 10-9. Saugerties kind of is in the same spot where we saw last year with EGC, where both of their losses have come by 1 run, and it's unfortunately eliminated them from pool play competition in terms of making it to the semifinals. For Union Endicott, a couple of bad mishaps as well for them. They had a big play over at third base, an error that cost them a run. They lost that game 1-0. Their second loss was to White Plains. They lost that game 5-1. So both of these teams obviously have had some miscues, Joe, that have unfortunately cost them their games. I'm expecting a lot of offense in this game from these two teams. We saw yesterday in the home run derby, Cam Lyons had an unbelievable performance, came up just 1 home run shy in that derby, losing to Jeremy Katz. I expect some fireworks between these two teams to try to end this pool play here today.
Well, I think what I'm looking for out of Union Endicott, they need to break out of what has been a bit of an offensive funk, just 1 run across their 2 games, and they'll obviously look to be a bit better than that. As for Saugerties, they had the big game yesterday, and that all-time classic that you mentioned was a game that very easily could have gone their way. It's a game they were leading, and then late in that game, they could not get the key outs to secure that victory.
And someone we've been familiar with pitching so far here for Saugerties will be, get that in just one moment, it's Levi Hunter.
We've seen him already this week, and I think I misspoke. I think Union Endicott had 3 runs across their 2 games, Nick. 3-2 loss and 5-1?
Yeah, I think I misspoke. I think
Okay.
I just said 1-0. I meant to say that they, yes.
3-2.
3-2, and then
3-2.
they 1-run loss, and then they lost 5-1 against White Plains in their last pool
Got
play game.
Yes. It was 3-2 in their first game against Port Washington.
Yes.
5-1 against White Plains. But Saugerties erupting yesterday. That's put up the middle. Base hit. Jack Wiseman on to lead off the game for Union Endicott. And that's a good start for the visitors with a man on base.
Well, speaking of getting on base right there, how about that hit right off the bat of Wiseman, Joe? That was a riper right up the middle. I'm not even sure if riper is even the word to use it. It's not even a word.
I think you meant the ripper.
Yeah,
you
riper,
were a P
ripper.
Short.
Yeah, you know, this, yeah.
You were a P short. Evan
Yeah.
Bartlett, the batter, hits one well out to left. That falls foul down the left field line. Oh.
Hopefully he is okay.
Grayson Pavlidakis ended up tangled in the foul pole there.
Don't think I've ever seen that.
The warning track, not as smooth in foul territory as it is in fair territory. Teams entering and exiting time and time again from that gate and left, stepping over that dirt in the corner. So it's not necessarily as smooth, and when you make that transition into foul ground, you have to be a bit careful. Count even 1 ball and 1 strike on Evan Bartlett. Jack Wiseman led off the game with a single as that's bounced toward the middle. Chance for 2, stepping on second for 1, and then sending the throw off the first baseman's glove was the shortstop Longo. Looked like a good throw, maybe a bit high. Can't assume the double play, no error. It's a fielder's choice as Bartlett reaches.
Well, we always say, Joe, how tough it is to even turn a double play here at Little League. And almost got one right there, but as you mentioned, just went off the first baseman's glove. They would have had it right there if it was just a little bit lower on the throw.
Had to put a lot of mustard on that one. Gio Guasconi, the batter. Good job there by Lyons to keep the ball in front of him. Comes the 1-0. Foul back. Chance of Gio from the Union Endicott dugout.
And you spoke about it. I mean, both of these teams obviously know it's the pool play opportunity to move on to the semifinals is done. But if you can at least get 1 win in this tournament, you still have to feel good about yourselves, even just getting to this point and then getting at least 1 win in the tournament.
And there's a line drive into right center field for a base hit. That is scooped up quickly by the center fielder Tiano. Stopping at second is Bartlett, and Gio Guasconi has a 1-out single.
Guasconi, we saw also have some nice pitching here for Union Endicott, and now gets himself a single. As you mentioned, first and second, just 1 out.
At the plate now, Brandon Soule, and he takes high, ball 1. Soule, up until earlier today, had the tournament's only in-game home run. There's a big cut there as he sends it foul.
Yeah, another one yesterday in the home run derby. He had to partake in that lengthy tiebreaker towards the end.
Count even 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's hit high in the air, shallow left. And making that catch over his shoulder was the second baseman. Tagging was Bartlett. And the ball got away briefly, allowing Guasconi to move up to second. So immediately upon making that catch, they challenged Cash Marino to make that throw to third. Aggressive base running by Bartlett. Guasconi follows the throw by advancing to second. 2 in scoring position now for Jackson Pouch.
Joe, I hate to do it.
Uh-oh.
You said left
I said
field.
left field?
You said left field.
Darn it.
I said right, bro. You said left field. It's okay. We all make our mistakes.
Your mistake was worse.
Yeah.
So I've done it twice in a week. I think.
But
last
is your
year,
mistake worse because you just continuously do it?
Perhaps. It's been 3 years. And that's blooped toward shallow right field for a base hit. 1 run in to score. And they wisely put the stop sign on for the runner over at third. Guasconi hustling back.
Yeah, he was halfway down the third base line. He wanted to score on that one.
It's an RBI single for Jackson Pouch. And Union Endicott goes in front 1-0. Pouch now takes off for second. Lyons fakes the throw. And Guasconi stays put over third.
You mentioned about Union Endicott trying to get some offense here in this tournament. It's been, a tough way to get some offense, and they get it right there with that RBI single.
There's a called strike, 1-1 on Nolan Pelicano. The 1-1. Hit sharply on the ground, through the left side, base hit. One run in to score. That is Guasconi. Pouch goes from second to third, and it's now 2-0 Union Endicott after an RBI single by Nolan Pelicano.
How about this start to the inning, or start to the game, I should say, Joe, for Union Endicott? That's their second run of the inning. I believe now their fourth hit of this inning as well, and they've jumped out to an early 2-0 lead.
The infield will gather around Levi Hunter with some words of encouragement. He needs just one out to get out of this inning. Adriano Stenta, the batter. Chance to make this a 3-run game. And there goes the runner again. This time they throw it back to the mound, and looks like that's going to be a free base each and every time with a runner on third. Two in scoring position once again. Base hit. Could make it a 4-run game as Stenta takes a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled back. 1-2. One, two. In there. Strike three called. And with that, Levi Hunter escapes further damage in the first inning. Saugerties, 4 hits in the inning. They strand 2 in scoring position, but they strike for a pair. We head to the home half of inning number 1.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
Union Endicott doing good work at the plate in the top half of the first inning. They lead it 2-0. Lineup for Saugerties very quickly. Leading off, Bradley Longo, followed by Cam Lyons, Levi Hunter, Cash Marino, Matthew Ursig, Walter Mayone, Lucas Tiano, Teo Ford, Tristan Bosch, Cameron Puglisi, Deegan Lasusa, and Grayson Pavlidakis. First pitch delivered by Nolan Pelicano, hit to shallow right, tailing toward foul ground, and maybe you got a piece of that through the railing on our perch. Catch was made along the line by Stenta, and there's one away.
Look at that, Joe. It's the pitcher's best friend right there. One pitch, one out.
One pitch, one out to open the game. Best friend for life. Cam Lyons, the batter.
Certainly want nobody on base with him up at the plate.
Breaking ball taken for a strike.
Joe, think about what happened in that derby yesterday between him and Jeremy Katz. The first couple swings for Lyons didn't go his way. He then rattled off 4 straight home runs. But his last swing could not get the job done and get him a chance to at least go into a swing-off for the championship.
If he had one more swing with the role he was on, we may have been headed there. That pitch not close. It's 2-1.
However, I will say, probably had the longest home runs we've seen in that derby.
I'm not sure anyone hit the ball as far as Malhotra and Martinez last year.
For this year, at least.
For this year, yes.
Yes.
For this year, he certainly had the longest.
Yes.
Again, that one bounces to the backstop. It's 3-1.
Wondering what way we could even try to measure that. I don't think it's possible for us.
You have to eyeball it, Nick.
You have to also first find the ball.
That is very true. There's a knee-high strike, 3-2, but
wonder if they found Delgado's ball, speaking of, but yeah.
That was a long homer as well, but that was in game. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Nice fastball right there from Pelicano.
2 away in the inning, and Levi Hunter will be the batter. But as I was saying, I think the only way you measure the distance is to eyeball it, and given how many times my eyes have failed me this week, that might not be the best estimate.
Might not be the most trustworthy.
Not the most reliable source of home run distance at this point. Hunter at the plate ahead 1-0 as the first pitch skipped to the backstop once again. And there's another one that bounces to the backstop. We saw a good bounce back on the mound from Pelicano in the previous at-bat. Came from behind in the count to strike out Lyons. We'll have to do it again here to get this out. And that almost hit Hunter.
Got the dance out of the way on that one.
Count 3-0. Long look in. 3-0, not close. And that might have gotten under the chest protector.
Yeah.
That's tough. Guasconi still down as that ball skipped off the turf and got under that chest protector.
Yeah, I think you really hate to see this late in the tournament. Last game of pool play. He is getting up now, but you can see the frustrations behind home plate. He's in some pain.
Well, let's hope it got him under the chest protector and not anywhere else.
Yep. I'll leave it at that. I will leave it at that.
They're still attending to him behind the plate.
Looks like he's good to go.
Catchers are tough. He'll be okay.
Yeah. I wish I was as tough as him when I was in one of our faculty and staff games at CSI last year, playing behind the plate.
That was a one-time thing.
That was
never to be seen again.
Wasn't by choice.
Born out of necessity. Nick Pavona.
Yeah.
Catcher.
Yeah. Wasn't by choice. And the sun that day was very brutal.
Cash Marino, the batter here. And he takes a strike.
I was seeing stars at the end of that day. I'm surprised I got myself home.
Once again, it is a perfect night for baseball here on Staten Island as that gets to the backstop, and Hunter will try to take second, and that was much closer than I expected.
That was a great throw behind the plate.
Hunter now in scoring position for Cash Marino. Pelicano got the first 2 outs on the mound, but has since walked a batter and thrown a wild pitch and several more straight to the backstop. It's 2-1 now. That's chopped through the left side, base hit. Hunter will have to stop at third. And it's a single for Cash Marino. First hit of the game for Saugerties. And they now have runners on the corners with 2 outs.
But now they've got something brewing here. First and third, now 2 gone after that big hit by Marino. Joe, how much did that irk you right there?
How much does that what? Irk you?
Yeah. Did you hear what he said?
Oh, that is true. I did hear it.
Okay.
We'll see if perhaps Saugerties looks to do what Union Endicott did and induce that throw to second.
So, no, Joe does not like when a public address announcer says number 0.
Matthew Ursig takes a knee-high strike 1-1. But that is right, Nick. When I'm coaching public address announcers, I always tell them if a player is assigned the uniform number 0, it is not number 0. It is 0. Very picky about that.
You've threatened sometimes to kick us off the public address.
That's
if you
right.
Say it.
My way or the highway. Or perhaps the unemployment line. 2-1 the count. Up and in. 3-1.
Not a fun line, I can tell you that. Not a fun line. But I'm sure Saugerties would like to continue this line, Joe, and keep this inning going.
3-1. In for a strike, 3-2. count is full on the Saugerties right fielder. And he takes low ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by Pelicano, and the Union Endicott infield is going to have a chat here. 2 away in the inning, and the bases are loaded after Pelicano got the first 2 outs.
Yeah, we've seen this a bunch of times this tournament, Joe, where the pitcher gets the first 2 outs of the inning and then gets into trouble, and sometimes it leads to a certain spot where one of these teams, and in this case maybe Saugerties, can take advantage of some, bad locations for the pitcher and can maybe get some runs on the board. A chance here for Mayone to bring some runs.
Walter Mayone at the plate, takes a knee-high strike, 0-1. These are the kinds of situations that Saugerties began to capitalize on late in their game against Port Washington, but
that breaking ball right there.
Way out in front. 0-2 now. They did not capitalize in these spots earlier in the week. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Mayone goes down on 3 pitches, and that will do it for Saugerties in the home first inning. We head to inning number 2. Union Endicott still in front, 2-0.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
And we are back from Great Kills with one final reminder that you can watch the New York State Little League Baseball Championship free all week long on YouTube. However, if you get tired of YouTube ads or you just want to support Great Kills Little League and the PDF Sports Network, you can purchase our premium pass for $5. With the purchase of our premium pass, you can watch all games live and on demand via Boxcast without any YouTube ads. Check it out by scanning the QR code on your screen or visiting the link in the description of each of our YouTube live streams. $5 gets you premium pass access for the rest of the week, including both of tomorrow's semifinal games and our championship game on Friday, so be sure to check that out over on Boxcast. Here in our final game of pool play, it is a 2-0 lead for Union Endicott at the start of the second inning. They will send 8, 9, and 10 to the plate. Getting a look back out toward the mound. I believe Levi Hunter is still in there for Saugerties.
Yes.
Easy to distinguish as he is a left-hander.
So easy to think, when you're reading that scorecard. I made that point a couple of days ago where you say 8, 9, you want to say 1 right after?
Almost did it, Nick. Almost did it.
I'm not going to lie. I heard it for a second. I said, is he going to say 1 or 10? There is a 1.
I was a 0 away. Pitch in for a called strike, count even at 1 on Colin Rexer. The 1-1. Blew it right by him. 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes the count on the Union Endicott first baseman. That's a chopper over to short, played on the backhand, and needing to apply the tag over at first base was Ford, but he does so, and there is 1 away.
Good heads-up play by Ford right there. He knew he was going to come off the base, so make sure to apply that tag and get the first out of the inning.
That ball was played on the long hop by Longo, and that forced him to rush the throw a bit. Ford had his back on that play. 1 out in the inning as that's hit on the ground by Dante Mikolajchak. Good play at short once again, and the scoop by Ford.
How about that play right there in the field?
6-3 once again as Longo and Ford combine to produce the second out of the inning. Lucas Stenta, the batter. And he takes high, ball one. The 1-0. Outside 2-0. And the 2-0 is high for ball three. It's a lot like what we saw in the previous half inning. A pair of quick outs and then a walk, getting things started for Saugerties at the plate. Here comes the 3-0. And Staten takes outside, ball four.
4-pitch walk, just like we saw.
Trenton Berner comes to the plate now. Number 11 hitter can send it back to the top of the order if he gets on. Left-handed batter. Takes a breaking ball strike. The 0-1. High and outside. The 1-1. Fouled straight back, 1-2. Hunter had to work very hard during that first inning. He'd like to bring the second to a close right here. The 1-2. And he will step off. Deked me there for a moment. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball out of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hunter with 1 strikeout to end the first, looking for a second. That's hit in the air, shallow left, and it falls for a base hit. Good effort out there in left field on the dive by Pavlidakis, but he couldn't get to it. And that will put runners on first and second, still 2 outs.
Yeah, great attempt, as you mentioned, out there in left field, but just falling in front for a 2-out single extends this inning once again, Joe, just like we saw in the previous half inning.
2 quick outs, 2 on base. And that's taken high by Jack Wiseman, ball 1. Wiseman singled to open the game, was erased on a fielder's choice. And he hits that one in the air, down the left field line.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. I don't think our camera was focused enough from this distance, but there was a spectator watching from the back of a pickup truck. That ball landed in the back of the pickup truck, and the spectator played it with her foot. That's no soccer ball. And there's another one in the same direction.
And I thought for a second that because it hit off of her foot that she was limping because of
she
that.
was.
She
Absolutely was.
All right, making sure.
That's no softball. That's no soccer ball. There's ball 2. Count even.
Not a bad day to put yourself in the back of the pickup truck and watch a game like this.
2-2. High for ball 3. Well, we've said it many times already. It is a perfect day to be a spectator if you can find some shade and take in these games. Of course, Little League always free admission. I think we're going to have a nice crowd assembled tomorrow, Nick.
I agree with you on that.
There's a line drive straight to the glove of Bradley Longo, and that will do it for Union Endicott in the second inning. 2 left on base, and we head to the home half of inning number 2. Union Endicott leads 2-0.
NYS Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
to sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
And we're back for the bottom half of the second inning. It's a 2-0 lead for Union Endicott in this final game of pool play. That pitch misses high to Lucas Tiano for ball one. Both teams, in their latest turns at bat, put together a mini rally with 2 outs, getting some base runners on. 3 for Saugerties. They stranded the bases loaded. And 2 for Union Endicott, neither side scoring. The visitors picked up their 2 runs in the top half of the first. Count now 2-0 on Tiano. And the breaking ball is low, 3-0. Way outside, ball 4.
4-pitch walk to start the second inning.
Well, we've seen quite a few pitches from Pelicano well out of the zone, but in many cases when we've seen a pitcher who's had some command problems, when they've been around the zone, they've been tough to hit. He surrendered just 1 base hit in the first inning. That's up and in, ball 1. This is Teo Ford at the plate. Extra hitter on our lineup card, but he's over at first base, Nick. Is he not?
Yep.
Okay. That gets to the backstop, and heading for second is Tiano.
Well, wait. Now, see, Joe. Did you just mix up the 2 teams?
No. Ford was playing first base. He made the scoops in the last inning, didn't he?
Right. He did.
Okay. I'm not losing it here.
Yeah, no.
He is on the lineup card as the first baseman?
No.
Or the extra hitter?
Extra hitter.
Okay. I'm making sure I didn't copy it incorrectly.
Yeah, no.
Just checking.
That's what we were given.
Okay. But he's definitely playing first base. They have Walter Mayone listed as the first baseman on the lineup card, correct?
Yes.
Okay. They may have shuffled around to get pitchers warm. That happens. Mayone's actually in the bullpen right now as the bullpen protective catcher. What would you call that as Ford walks? The player tasked with keeping foul balls out? Foul ball patrol in the bullpen?
The protector?
That's what I said. The bullpen guardian?
Yeah. I think the Guardian's a good one.
Tristan Bosch, the batter here. 2 walks to begin the inning. No action in the bullpen for Union Endicott, and there go the runners. That one probably goes down as a wild pitch, but that was one of the closer ones to being caught.
I'll let you score that one.
Yeah, given the track record so far in this game, I'd go wild pitch, especially coming inside to the left-hander. That's taken low. 2-0. No action in the bullpen for Union Endicott here. I'd expect that to change with another walk.
Yeah.
That's low, ball 3. Well, I mentioned it before. Saugerties did not begin to capitalize on their opportunities to score until late in the game yesterday. They did scratch across 3 runs, but throughout this championship, opportunities went by the wayside for them leading up to that final game, or into their most recent game before this one, I should say, and there's a strike. But now's an opportunity they can't afford to squander here. Second and third, nobody out, a 3-1 count. And a 3rd walk issued by Pelicano.
That's now going to load the bases. Cameron Puglisi now gets a great opportunity right here.
Puglisi with a base hit could even up the score. An extra base hit could give his team the lead. Three walks to open up the home second. That pitch not close, and the runners are forced to stay put. Typically with pitches that miss, the concern isn't that you miss, it's that you're missing with non-competitive pitches. That's when it becomes problematic. There's a strike, 1-1. The 1-1. In for a called strike 2.
See, Pelicano can get a big strikeout right here. Still in search of the first out of the inning.
1-2. In for a called strike 3. Puglisi, after getting ahead 1-0, goes down looking at 3 straight pitches.
Now you're just still a play ball away from getting out of the inning.
Deegan LaSousa at the plate. There's a good stop behind the plate by Guasconi. Pelicano working lightning quick right now.
How many times have we said that this week, too?
We've said it many times, and I've said it in a couple of situations where I don't know if I'd expect that. Pitcher in a lot of trouble, bases loaded, struggling with command. I think you might become more deliberate in that situation. Instead, it looks like he's working faster.
He's already ready to go. He's waiting for his catcher to get ready.
Yeah. 2-0. Not close, ball 3.
Now I'll have to settle in right here. One more ball away from walking in the first run.
3-0. To the backstop, ball 4. Fourth walk of the inning. That brings home a run. And they're going to talk it over at the mound for Union Endicott. Despite the command problems, they still have a lead.
He's just allowed 1 hit in this game, but you mentioned it. Command issues have played a factor. 1
hit, 6 walks, and only 1 run home. Grayson Pavlidakis, the batter. Chance here to give Saugerties the lead. That pitch was in at the knees for a strike. You think when you've been missing low, it benefits you to have a shorter hitter at the plate? Maybe that pitch crosses at the knees instead of missing? Because a lot of these pitches have missed low.
Right.
And that first pitch didn't look all too different than some of the ones that missed to larger hitters. Comes the 1-1. You won't get the call on that pitch. 2-1. And Pelicano looking a bit frustrated. Wanted to keep going, but Guasconi has to adjust the equipment. He is already set to pitch.
Yeah.
Two-1. In for a strike, 2-2. You get this out right here, you're in good position to escape. As I mentioned, when he's been in the strike zone, not easy to hit. There's a breaking ball. They throw behind the runner, and he's picked off. Ford headed for the plate, and he is out.
Wow, what a heads-up play right there.
The runner on second, that was Bosch. He moves up to third. LaSousa stays put at first, and Ford is out at the plate. 2-5-2. I'm not sure how you let that happen. Now, Pelicano a strike away from getting out of it, and that won't do it. That very well could have forced in a run, but the pickoff on the throw to third and the ultimate caught stealing at home spares Union Endicott for the time being.
Yeah, they definitely got spared on that one, Joe. And you see it right there. We get a look at the replay of that play down the third base line. guess they just caught Ford sleeping for a second right there. They got him on the third base line.
That one gets to the backstop again. Ball 1. Top of the order, Bradley Longo at the plate. And I said it before, Nick, Saugerties has had their chances. They've had men on base. We saw a base running mishap in their first game on Sunday. As that ball is smoked to right center field, that may clear the bases. It's scooped up on the warning track, and sliding into second is Bradley Longo with a 2-run double. He makes the most of his opportunity. Saugerties in front by a run.
Well, Joe, they got it back to the top of the lineup. And Longo, you said it, he made the most of that chance right there. Another 2-out walk issue leads to 2-run scoring. Saugerties has the lead for the first time today.
To see another opportunity get away from you, in this case with just a run, would have really stung for Saugerties, and that has to feel good. Longo did not sit and wait. He got up there, and once he got a pitch to hit, he attacked it. I think that's a good approach, even though there's been a struggle to find the strike zone. Here comes Pavlidakis. The ball is flipped to nobody. Here comes Longo, and he scores. It's 5-2 Saugerties. Wow.
I don't think you'll ever see 2 runs scored on a wild pitch.
A wild pitch and an error on the catcher. It has been a very messy inning in more than one way for Union Endicott. And to think, Saugerties very easily could have just 1 out right now with 1 more run already home.
And keep in mind, they're being out-hit right now in this game, too.
That's a really good point. They're leading 5-2, and they're being out-hit.
5-2 I have. Could be wrong on the tally, but I have 5-2.
You are correct, Nick. 5-2.
And we have a pitching change as well, Joe.
It's a 5-run inning, Nick, and in the inning, they have just 1 hit.
Yep.
That 2-run double by Longo is the only hit of the inning.
It's Jackson Pouch now coming on to pitch.
Now Pouch will be the new pitcher, and Saugerties will look to keep the line moving. Cam Lyons comes to the plate when we come back.
Staten Island Academy is the only pre-K through 12 independent school on Staten Island.
And it really is designed for students to go through the entire educational experience in one setting.
What the Academy seeks to do is take every student to accelerate their gifts and their strengths and to find those gifts and strengths that are yet unknown.
I think the community is something that you can't match anywhere else. It just makes you feel comfortable doing what you like to do every single day.
Well, Staten Island University Hospital, we strive to address the diverse mental health needs for the community. Listen in for some great tips from the Chair of Behavioral Health, Dr. Rashi Agarwal, and Dr. Brahim Ardolik to support positive outcomes.
And we're back from Great Kills, where we now have a 3-run ball game. Saugerties, with 5 in the second inning, has gone in front 5-2. And Nick, most of this rally has been built via the base on balls. In this inning, 5 walks and just 1 base hit, and Union Endicott has gone to the bullpen with 5 runs home. For the home team in this one, Saugerties, the bases are now empty with 2 outs, and Cam Lyons will come to the plate.
And the pitching change was made during the middle of the at-bat. It's already a 2-0 count.
And there's a big swing on 2-0. I think Lyons was looking to add another home run to
Oh,
his
he
ledger.
was, Joe.
Yeah.
he was.
Up 3 in a game.
Why not?
With the bases empty, a game that doesn't impact your semifinal status. Why not? 2-1. And there's another big swing, 2-2. Pouch back on the rubber. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that's hit sharply right back up the middle for a base hit.
Oh, man.
Lyons absolutely scorches another baseball. Even when he's made outs, they have been rock-solid outs.
We talked about the scouting report going into this tournament in the welcome parade about Lyons. And, yeah, another one that was just scorched. And this time gets himself a single to extend the inning.
Levi Hunter at the plate here. And he takes low, ball 1.
Well, if you're Hunter, you got to feel very good about this, Joe. Now he's in line for the win.
Looking a lot better for him than it was entering this half inning, and he has a chance to keep the rally going. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And you have to remind me, Joe, how much of this has come with 2 outs?
That's a good question. They got the out at the plate, so when the out was recorded at home, that was the first of the inning. 1 run had come in.
So 4 runs?
I think all but 1 have
Yeah.
come with 2 outs. There's a breaking ball just outside, 2-2.
Longo with the 2-run double, and then the wild pitch / error on the play that brought him 2 more.
Yep. And there's a swing and a miss by Hunter for strike 3. And finally, the home second comes to a close. But not before Saugerties strikes for 5 runs. Just 2 base hits in the inning and 5 walks, propelling their rally. They now lead it by 3. Our score heading to the third, 5-2.
Tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
Deli, we're glad to be your go-to pizzeria, serving you the best pies, signature sandwiches, and gourmet meals in Staten Island since 1971. Visit us at 5373 Arthur Kill Road to find out why we're the island's best for quick bites and full-sized catering. Whether in person or on location with our food truck making stops and bringing it all to you, Town Deli is where excellence in quality meets taste. Voted the island's best. Stop on in and let us serve you.
And we are back from great kills. 7 runs on the board through the first 2 innings. 5 belong to Saugerties, and they now lead it 5-2.
And they did it in a very unusual way, I want to say, Joe. I mean, they do have 3 hits in this game, but Longo getting the big hit, of course, the 2-run double that put them on top by the score of 3-2 at that point. They then got 2 more runs on a wild pitch and then an error behind the plate that brought home 2 on that wild pitch to give them this 5-2 lead. So it's been a weird way to do it, but they've been given a lot of walks. They've taken advantage of a wild pitch, and a couple of big consecutive hits have now put them on top by 3 here in this 3rd inning.
And that hit by Longo was a really big hit. Obviously, it chased home 2 runs and kept the inning going, but if you're Saugerties with the opportunities that have gone by the wayside so far throughout the first 2 days of pool play earlier in the week, to cash in that spot and ultimately score 5 times has to feel good, because it took a long time for them to really begin to cash in against Port Washington in that game. They did have the 3-run lead. It looked like it got away. They took the lead back but weren't able to close. Plenty of chances in their first game as well, all the way back on Sunday. Fell 1 run short in that one. And here today now they get to play with a 3-run lead for the 2nd straight game. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time. First pitch from Levi Hunter, in for a strike. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Union Endicott. Evan Bartlett will get things started, followed by Gio Guasconi and Brandon Soule. And Bartlett pops one up on the infield, and it's played in fair territory. Tag applied by Hunter, and there's quickly 1 gone.
Yeah, it's a heads-up play by Hunter. It stayed in fair territory. He made the quick tag to get the out.
The old 1 unassisted. You don't see that too often.
Definitely do not see that often.
Number 24, Gio Guasconi.
Gio Guasconi at the plate now. He's 1 for 1. Singleton scored back in the first. There's a half swing, but it goes foul.
And, and we talk about what's happened for Saugerties, Joe, in this tournament, and obviously the 2 1-run losses stings. We spoke about how it's very eerie, similar to what happened last year in the tournament with EGC, and And that tournament, we said the same thing. You could say the same thing about this one. EGC could have easily been 2-0. Saugerties could easily be 2-0 here with a chance to move on to the semis.
You're absolutely right. EGC was the victim of some unfortunate circumstances last year as that's bounced back toward the mound. Hunter's throw in time.
Got him.
And now Guasconi is limping, grabbing at his left ankle.
Hopefully he's okay.
Hunter has been a busy young man on the mound in this half inning. It's a put out and an assist. Brandon Soul, the batter. 2 out, bases empty. And he takes strike 1. Deal 1. Ripped into right center. That will land just shy of the warning track and one hop the wall. Soul headed for second, and he is in standing as the throw skipped over Longo's glove. It was tracked down, and Soul will stay at second with a 2-out double.
Yeah, Soul's had some big hits as well this tournament, Joe. We, of course, know about the home run that he hit earlier this tournament, and that one was just a scorcher in the right for a 2-out base hit.
That will bring up Jackson Pouch, and he pops it up. Deep down the line, and it landed in play, but foul ball.
And now out of play.
Off the bat, I thought they had that one. Landed in just the right spot to elude Ford. Yo 1. On the inside corner for a called strike 2. That's fouled away. Yo 2. Up high, 1-2.
Shadow starting to creep in behind home plate.
Hitters in the shadow. Pitcher firmly planted in the sunlight. That is a foul ball. And very nearly a 3rd out that Hunter would have been involved in.
Don't know if I've ever seen the pitcher make all 3 putouts in 1 inning.
Well, he got the assist on the ball that
That's
he threw
also
to first.
true.
But he would have been involved in all 3.
Yes, that's right. That's what I should have said.
Hard hit ground ball to short. Longo's got it. His throw to Ford in time. And that will do it for Union Endicott in the top half of the 3rd. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 runner left in scoring position. We head to the home half of the 3rd. Still 5-2.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
have a conversation going on.
Yeah, I was just going to bring it up,
among
Joe.
the administrators. I was trying to get a sense of what was happening before we came back from break, and I don't see much.
Something with the catcher's equipment?
Yeah, I think perhaps Guasconi with the bad ankle may be coming out of the game, Nick. So perhaps they're trying to figure out what that means for the lineup and passing that along, because right now he's in the dugout, so perhaps one of the extra hitters is taking over behind the plate. Not really sure, but there is no catcher in the game right now for Union Endicott, and that has delayed this game a bit. When Saugerties comes to the plate, it's going to be 4, 5, and 6. They sent 9 to bat in the second inning on their way to putting up a 5 spot.
We do see a catcher coming out of the dugout right now.
Yeah, Guasconi.
Yeah, you can see it, Joe.
Is limping badly, so he's going to be out of this game.
Yeah, and you really do hate to see that towards the end of this tournament.
No player wants to go out that way.
Yeah.
Whether or not there is a tomorrow for Union Endicott in this tournament, which we already know there isn't, but even if they were moving on, regardless of the fact that they're not, you never want to see a player go down. So hopefully he's okay. And right now there's a discussion going on inside of the Union Endicott dugout, but it appears he's out of the game.
Yeah, we saw earlier in the game he had that ball bounce and hit him. He was down for a little bit on that, and then he took an awkward step on first base. So we do hope he is okay.
Yeah, those ankle rolls, you never really know how long they'll linger. As I mentioned, it will be 4, 5, and 6. Cash Marino, Matthew Ursig, Walter Mayone due up for Saugerties. That pitch taken high. And once again, a 3-0 count to open the inning. And a knee-high strike. (3-1) on the outside corner, 3-2. (3-2) line foul.
Catcher's interference, maybe?
Had to be.
Yeah.
So a new catcher into the game. We didn't get a look at who it was that put on the catcher's equipment, but immediately that new catcher is going to be charged with an error on the interference.
Yeah.
So Marino is on. Matthew Ursig at the plate.
By that point in a second. And for ball 1-0. I was going to say, Joe, I don't know if you saw earlier in the week with the Red Sox and the Phillies, there was a catcher's interference that cost the Red Sox the game. They lost on a walk-off catcher's interference.
I think I heard about it. I did not watch it.
Then the next game, the day after, they had another catcher's interference. Wasn't for a walk-off that time, but to have that happen in back-to-back days is definitely frustrating.
They've spoken about it a lot on Major League Baseball broadcasts, that with the way catchers are taught to frame and to try and buy their pitcher a few extra inches by catching the ball sooner, there's been a steady rise in catcher interference calls and also injuries to catchers as that swung on and missed. 2-2.
Kind of cost, I'm trying to think of William Contreras from the Brewers. That's the reason why he hasn't caught since he got hit in a catcher's interference with the bat.
That pitch is high, and the count is now full, 3-2 on Ursig. But taking a baseball bat to the wrist, forearm, hand, that can keep you out a very, very long time.
Yeah, he's been primarily a DH first baseman at this point.
That's low for ball 4. Catcher's interference, a walk, and once again, Saugerties has 2 on to open the third.
It's another walk issued by Union Endicott in this game.
As I said earlier, Nick, when you miss with pitches, it happens. It's not the most concerning thing. It's when you miss with non-competitive pitches repeatedly that the red flag begins to wave. Showing bunt here was Walter Mayone. He pulls it back and takes ball 1. Looking in the dugout, Nick, it looks like Guasconi has the catcher's gear back on.
Yeah.
Now, there is a section in our cheat sheet for re-entering players. So players may be entered or re-entered defensively at any time. So as long as he didn't miss his spot in the order, he's good to come back in.
Yeah, well, there was a strikeout right there looking the first out of the inning.
So Mayone down looking for the first out, and Lucas Tiano will be the batter, and he's going to re-enter now.
Yep.
That's good to see.
You can see he's still lingering a little bit, but it's good to see that he's coming back into the game.
If he goes on to catch another 3 innings in this game, perhaps more if his team takes the lead, but if he catches the rest of this game, he is going to feel it on that ankle tomorrow. But it's much easier immediately after the fact to get back on it and play than it is to come back after a day of rest, typically 1 evening of sleep, and then try and play on it again. That's really tough.
Well, you know what you call that, Joe? You call that adrenaline. He's playing right through it right now.
Yeah, right after the sprain, from experience in the past, I've been able to move on it and even play. Basketball, that is, but day after, not so much, as that's grounded through the right side, base hit. And Saugerties now has the bases loaded with nobody out here in the 3rd.
Another bases loaded opportunity here for Saugerties. They get themselves another base hit as they try to extend this already 5-2 lead that they have.
That will bring Teo Ford to the plate. He walked and was erased on a 2-5-2 putout behind the plate. They threw behind him at 3rd. He got caught and then tried to head home and was thrown out. First pitch. Low ball 1. The 1-0. Breaking ball strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 is low. They throw behind the runner at 3rd again, but back over with plenty of time is Marino.
I'm sure the coaches told their players, don't make that happen again.
What exactly was the mishap on the bases they had? It was an unorthodox double play, as that's taken for a strike by Ford, 2-2. I think they hit a grounder to first, and then the runner tried to head home, or they hit it back to the pitcher who threw to first, and then the runner tried to head home as Ford strikes out, 2 away.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the sequence myself. I'd have to watch back and remember. We just called so many games. It's
I believe it was a double play where they got the out at first.
Yeah,
and upon the throw going to first, the runner tried to go home and was thrown out at the plate.
I believe you're correct.
I just don't remember who threw to first. Where was the ball hit? That pitch to Tristan Bosch missed for ball 1. Bosch walked his first time up. Bats here with the bases loaded and 2 away. And he's quickly in a 2-strike hole. Make that 1-1. Not so quickly. And the 1-1's chopped toward the middle. They go to first with it. Low throw, not handled. And that will bring home a run.
More than likely, Joe will go down as an infield single. It was a tough play over at first, but he beat it by a step.
Yeah, we'll give that an infield single. I think the easiest play was probably to second base, Nick.
Yep.
One run in to score. If that's ruled a hit, Bosch picks up the RBI.
Just beat it by a step.
I think they had him if the ball wasn't bobbled.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, the ball was secured by Rexer at first, but it was a low throw. Had to be rushed with the slow nature of that chopper. And now Cameron Puglisi is behind 0-2. Look toward the dugout by Pouch, who steps off. His team now trailing by 4. Base hit here breaks this open. Long look in once again. Here comes the 0-2. And Puglisi strikes out. That will do it for Saugerties in the third, but they tack on another run. Their lead grows to 4. It's now 6-2, Saugerties over Union Endicott.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
NYS Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
4th inning from Great Kills Little League and our final game of pool play at this 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Championship. Saugerties with a 4-run lead over Union Endicott. Our score, 6-2. And Nick, it was Union Endicott that struck first. Saugerties has scored 6 unanswered. And now the visitors will come to the plate looking to chip away as we enter the final half of this game.
Yeah, we saw that last half inning. Saugerties got themselves another bases-loaded chance. They capitalized, got another run on the infield single. And 6 unanswered runs now. They have a 4-run lead here in the 4th as they are 9 outs away from the first win in pool play.
Chopper to third, played cleanly on the bounce. High throw gets away, and they have the runner hung up between first and second. The throw goes to second. They'll chase him back to first. And the runner is out. I don't know about that, Nick.
Don't know about that either.
Let's get a look on the replay.
It's going to be a long one.
I'm not going to try and record all of the throws on that putout. But Nolan Pelicano was the batter. He is retired. We're going to write rundown on the scorecard. Now, does he get a hit for that, or was the high throw the difference between safe and out?
Let me see.
It was really close.
Error on the play.
Error?
Yeah.
Okay. Error. E5 rundown.
Yeah.
What do you think? Did he get him on the helmet before the hand got in?
I'll have to look again.
There's another chopper. This time Hunter. Low throw. Not handled. Now, will that go down as an error?
Yeah.
Adriano Stewart, or I almost said Stewart, Stenta reaches quickly. My handwriting trying to fit these names into the scorecard, not the best.
I think they got the call right.
It's always so hard to tell because you're looking at the base instinctively.
Yeah, I'm more looking towards where his glove is and then his top of his helmet.
Yeah.
And I think he got it just before he got back to the base.
I think more often than not, when you're watching as a commentator, your eyes are on the plate or the base. So you're going to see that contact first. When you then move your focus to the tag, I think your bias leans toward the runner being safe without a video replay for yourself.
Let me see real quick.
That's me anyway.
That's where the tag is right there. And I don't see his hand on the base.
And that one's over shortstop and into shallow left field for a base hit. Colin Rexeron with a 1-out single. Tying run now in the on-deck circle for Union Endicott. And they send Dante Mikolajchak to the plate.
Yeah, you said it, Joe. A chance here. If they get another runner on, they bring the tying run towards the plate. So a huge chance for Union Endicott to chip away from this deficit.
First pitch out of the zone, ball 1. Mikolajchak grounded out to short. His first at bat. Took a nice play to get him. He takes up and away 2-0. If Union Endicott is going to keep this rally going, the bottom of the order will have to get the job done. And now it's 3-0. This next pitch will be number 64 for Levi Hunter. It's 3-1. Three-one on its way. Big swing and a miss. Full count.
How many times have we seen 3-0 to 3-2? Get the punch out right here.
It's been a scrappy effort from Hunter in this game. 3-2. Got him. Powered the fastball by him. And Mikolajchak goes down swinging.
He did indeed get the punch out. Down 3-0 in the count. He got right back into it. It gets a huge strikeout. And there's now 2 gone in the inning.
Luca Stenta, the batter. Looking to make something of the 2 men on base. Now 2 away in the inning. And that gets to the backstop, and with that, both runners are now in scoring position, and a well-placed base hit could score 2. The 1-0. Swing and a miss.
Fastball by Hunter has been a problem from a good majority of this game.
The 1-1, swung on and missed. Hunter 1 strike away from keeping this a 4-run game, and he will retie his left cleat. Make it his right cleat, maybe? Or is it an optical illusion, Nick? Left cleat. That's the kind of perspective we have. It was his left cleat. Have to trust the instincts sometimes.
Left, right field, left, right cleat.
And he got him. Fastball right by Stenta, and that will do it for Union Endicott in the 4th inning. We head to the home half of inning number 4. Saugerties in front, 6-2.
To sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
Staten Island Academy is the only pre-K through 12 independent school on Staten Island. And it really is designed for students to go through the entire educational experience in one setting.
What the Academy seeks to do is take every student to accelerate their gifts and their strengths and to find those gifts and strengths that are yet unknown.
I think the community is something that you can't match anywhere else. It just makes you feel comfortable doing what you like to do every single day.
And we're back from great kills. Saugerties over Union Endicott, 6-2, as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Both teams looking for their first win of pool play in their last opportunity. This is game 12 of pool play. Tomorrow morning we move on to the semifinal. In our 9 a.m. game, it will be White Plains taking on St. James Smithtown. In our 11:30 game, it will be South Shore taking on Port Washington. Saugerties to the plate here. We'll send 11, 12, and 1. Souza, Pavlidakis, Longo. First pitch of the inning, a ball. Here comes the 1-0. And that's 2-0. And Nick, how many innings have begun just like this?
It's been a couple now. See if it starts 3-0.
2-0, inside.
Does indeed start 3-0 once again. See the frustrations right there for Pouch.
One walk in the third. The bad inning was the second with the 5 walks. To get a full count, would hate to lose L'Souza after that. Payoff pitch. And he walked him.
Well, he got himself back into the count by forcing those next 2 strikes. But another walk issued by Union Endicott in this game.
Grayson Pavlidakis, the batter now. He shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike. And they will throw behind the runner at first.
Souza gets his signs over from his third base coach.
1. Bounced to short, booted, and they lost the play all around. Heading to third is L'Souza. Pavlidakis will stay at first. It's an error on the ground ball and then a second error on the throw, allowing L'Souza to take third.
Yeah, errors have hurt Union Endicott in this game, Joe.
It's been a messy game in terms of the defense. Pitchers struggling with their command. You hate to go out on a game like that, but there's still time. They can keep this here or at least limit the damage to 1. They'll still have a couple more shots at it with 6 outs to play with. It's back to the top of the order with Bradley Longo at the plate. For Saugerties, he has a 1-1 count. He's 1 for 2 at the plate, popped up in foul ground and doubled home a pair. And he hits that one well deep to left. Forget it. That is a 3-run shot by Bradley Longo. And it's now a 7-run ball game. It's 9-2.
Well, Joe, it's kind of fitting his last name is Longo because that one was long gone. That was crushed off the bat. No doubter. His team now up 9-2.
I like that, Nick. Long gone off the bat of Longo. A 3-run blast has made it a 7-run game.
You get a second look at the replay, and off that netting out of left field. And thankfully for that netting, that's the case because that would have gone a long way into left if there wasn't any netting out there.
Well, that would have gone a lot further, Nick.
Yeah.
Cam Lyons, the batter now.
This is the exact offense we saw from Saugerties in their last game.
There's another rocket off the bat of Lyons.
My goodness, Joe.
Down went Pouch. I would love to know the average exit
that's
velocity
what I'm saying.
Of the balls that he's hit. Even the outs have been absolute scorchers.
He had I remember that one ground ball he had to short. Absolutely scorched it, but they got the out. And this one almost hits the pitcher and just lined into center field. And it forced the center fielder to go down on a knee to grab the ball to make sure they can get past him.
Pouch right now having a chat, I'd presume, with Dad Josh Pouch, the manager for Union Endicott. Levi Hunter at the plate here. Still nobody out in the home fourth. All of a sudden, Nick, Saugerties can begin thinking about rallying and ending this game. They would need 3 more, but that would do it. The 1-0 pitch to Hunter, down and in ball 2. The 2-0. To the backstop, and Lyons will take off for second. No throw. And he now stands in scoring position.
Yeah, Hunter has himself a quick 3-0 count.
3-0. Up and away. Ball 4.
Well, that scenario you just brought up, Joe, could happen with one swing. Home run by Marino. That could certainly be the case.
Cash Marino to the plate. 2 on, nobody out. Saugerties looking to continue this 4th inning rally. 3 runs already home. And Marino takes strike 1. Marino reached on catcher's interference and singled back in the first. 1 for 1. There's a swing and a miss.
Good breaking ball right there by Pouch.
The 0-2. Hit on the ground through the left side, base hit. Both runners will move up 1 as Lyons is heading home.
He scores.
I can't believe they tried it. He did not stop running. Wow. That was a hard hit grounder to left, and they challenged the left fielder on that one. And I think it caught Union Endicott by surprise.
It certainly caught you by surprise as well.
It sure did.
It is now 10-2 Saugerties.
It's an RBI base hit for Cash Marino. He represents the winning run at first.
And is that now 8 or 9 hits for Saugerties?
Let's tally them up. In this inning, they have 3. In the third, they had 2, so that's 5.
And did they also have the wrong score on the board?
It's 10-2.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Wanted to make sure.
How many hits did you say, Nick?
I have 8.
3.
I could be a hit off.
I have 7.
Okay, 7.
Yep, 7.
It was another one where I didn't know if I added the hit before or if I did it. I put a replay up and I said to myself, "Oops, I forgot the hit." Well, we do have a pitching change though, Joe, for Union Endicott.
Brandon Soul, the new pitcher. First batter he's going to face is Matthew Ursig. Ursig will be the 7th man to the plate in the inning for Union Endicott. And at this point, they're looking at just trying to keep this game going past the 4th. They have that scoreboard updated out in center field. It is 10-2. 4 runs home here in the 4th. And after an opportunity was squandered in the first inning with the bases loaded, Saugerties had made no mistakes since when it's come to cashing in on their chances.
Is that on purpose after Marino batted, Joe?
What about Marino?
So was that on purpose you saying cash?
Perhaps.
But yeah, no, I mean, think of it this way too, Joe. Their offense has been unbelievable these last 2 games alone. 19 runs combined, and they still have a chance for more here in this half inning.
If they had swung the bats like this in game 1, they could be looking at a berth in the semifinal, even with the loss
absolutely
that they had in game 2. And we know they can swing the bats because of what they did in that second game. But losing that in devastating and heartbreaking fashion as that gets to the backstop. Hunter to third. The ball ends up in left field. Hunter heading home. And now the winning run stands in scoring position at second. He moves up to third on the throw to the plate. Complete disaster on that sequence for Union Endicott.
How about the heads-up base running by Saugerties there, Joe? Just continue to just keep getting some extra bases off of plays like that.
They just didn't stop, Nick.
Yeah.
They didn't stop. Around the bases they go. Nobody out. The winning run at third, and that's fouled away. Well, if you're Saugerties on the other side of things, you have to feel pretty good about this effort, especially coming off the heartbreak. Not much of a consolation with the inability to move on, but at the very least, if they can end it here, they go out on a high. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3.
Number 4, Walter Mayon.
Walter Mayon will be the batter. Chance to win it if he puts the ball in play. Marino, the runner, over at third. Now 1 out in the inning. Souls pitch up and away. And I get the sense, Nick, that if anything goes to the backstop, Marino is taking off. Yeah, he's taking off. He's going to sell out trying to score, I think. That's my opinion.
I'm right with you on that one.
You take a look at his running start with each pitch, just in case a ball does get by. He is 100% taking off for the plate on anything close. 2-0. Up and in, ball 3. This is for ball 4.
Joe, do you have the tally of how many walks Saugerties has forced in this game?
In this inning, they have 2. They had 1 more in the third, and then they had 5 in the second and 2 in the first.
Great patience.
12?
At the plate.
Is that 12?
Yes.
There goes the runner for second. That's a free base. They can't throw with the runner at third.
My math's kind of failing me.
I think it was 2-5-1-2.
No.
That would be 10. So 2-5. Yeah. Let's try that again. 1, 2. It was 11.
Okay.
It was 11. It's 2-5-1-3. That's 11. The thing is, Nick, a lot of those walks came around to score, so the base on balls has the full diamond around it.
Right.
Count 1 and 2 here. That's high. If Sol gets the strikeout against Tiano in this spot, he has a real chance to escape. 2-2. Down and away. Count full. Walk loads the bases and leaves you with nowhere to put the on-deck hitter, Teo Ford. Once again, the runner at third represents the winning run. Here comes the payoff pitch. Foul back.
Nice at bat between these two players.
A battle brewing between Tiano and Sol. Saugerties trying to walk this one off in the fourth. The Union Endicott right-hander hoping to send us to a fifth. He has 2 outs to get here and a full count on the Saugerties center fielder. The 3-2. Inside, ball 4.
There's walk number 12.
Bases now loaded. 1 out in the inning. And Teo Ford will come to the plate with a chance to win it if he can put the ball past the drawn-in infield. Ford is 0 for 1, and he fouls back the first pitch. Ford has walked and struck out in 2 plate appearances. The 0-1. In there for strike 2.
1 strike away from an all-important second out.
He was a strike away against Tiano, now a strike away against Ford. So looking for a big second out. And the breaking ball is in there for strike 3 called. He fooled him with that pitch.
Certainly did. He jumped out of the way, tried to avoid being hit, but that breaking ball certainly fooled him. And now 2 gone in the inning.
All right, Nick. If you're Tristan Bosch, left-handed batter,
what are you implying here?
Do you try and drag a bunt for the win?
Down that third base line?
Oh, I'm dragging it up the first base line.
Oh, the first base line,
yeah.
Okay.
If I'm bunting that way, but he probably
he's
won't.
not going to bunt.
He takes a strike.
He's not going to bunt. You want to win the game with a swing.
You want to, but those lefties, you never really know. Comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. So 1 strike away from stranding the bases loaded. And he calls for time. And we'll have a word from his manager. And they want a 2-man conversation here.
Make it a 3-man. They want the catcher in there.
Interesting, in an 0-2 count. Do they have a special pitch they're about to unveil here, Nick?
Yeah, you got to think that there's a specific pitch they want in this spot.
He's ahead of Bosch, 0-2. And he got him. And I think they were talking about the pitch, Nick. That breaking ball was filthy. Soul strikes out the side. Saugerties strands the bases loaded. And we do indeed head to a 5th inning. Our score 11-2.
Tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
Deli, we're glad to be your go-to pizzeria, serving you the best pies, signature sandwiches, and gourmet meals in Staten Island since 1971. Visit us at 5373 Arthur Kill Road to find out why we're the island's best for quick bites and full-sized catering. Whether in person or on location with our food truck making stops and bringing it all to you, Town Deli is where excellence in quality meets taste. Voted the island's best. Stop on in and let us serve you.
Well, Staten Island University Hospital, we strive to address the diverse mental health needs for the community. Listen in for some great tips from the Chair of Behavioral Health, Dr. Rashi Agarwal, and Dr. Brahim Ardolik to support positive outcomes.
5th inning from Great Kills Little League in a 9-run ball game. Saugerties now leads Union Endicott 11-2. They came awfully close to bringing home that winning run, Nick. They had a runner on third with 1 out. Failed to get him home, and Brandon Soul quietly, in relief, came in and struck out the side.
Yes, he did, and you look at the tally on the board as well, Joe. I might be, again, could be off with the hit number, but I have 7 for each side.
It's hard to believe. It really is hard to believe in a 9-run ball game, but that's what walks will do to you.
Walks and errors, yeah.
Yep, about to go there, walks and errors. That one appeared to be fouled off the foot of Trenton Berner. He's quickly behind 0-2. But earlier in the game, Saugerties ran themselves out of a run. Right now, that is the reason we're continuing to play. Count now 1-2 on Berner. Berner singled his first time. And he's now 2 for 2. Leadoff base hit for the Union Endicott center fielder. Meanwhile, a pitching change was made. Bradley Longo, the right-hander, in there for Saugerties. Levi Hunter moves to right field.
Longo almost made a play on that ball up the middle.
At the plate here, Jack Wiseman. He's behind 0-1. And that's blooped on the infield. Good read by the runner at first, and the throw goes into right center field. I don't think they had him anyway, and they have no play at second either.
Yeah.
And the ball rolls all the way to the Union Endicott dugout.
Single and an error on the play, Joe?
I think so. I don't think they had the out at second.
I don't think so either.
It's a single for Wiseman, and an error allowing both runners to advance. Evan Bartlett to the plate now, and Union Endicott making the most of the extra life they were given here in the 5th inning. There's a first pitch strike to Bartlett, 0-1. Bartlett at the plate in this game, 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice, came around to score as that goes to the backstop, but neither runner able to advance. Was retired 1 unassisted in the 3rd. Comes the 1-1. Low and away. Two-one. Bounce to the right side. That will bring home a run. Throw goes to first in time. Bartlett retired. In to score is Burner, and Wiseman moves up to 3rd.
Number 24, Gio Guasconi.
Well, it's a productive out right there, Joe. Brings home the run, moves the runner over to 3rd base as well. It's now an 8-run game.
Gio Guasconi, the batter, takes a strike. He's 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 1st, and then appeared to roll his ankle on a 1-3 ground out back in the 3rd inning. Did not return to catch in the next half inning, at least not to begin the inning, but he did eventually come back in and resume duties behind the plate. He's behind 0-2 here and pops that one up foul into the administrative deck. Sudden wind gust here at Great Kills.
I won't complain with that.
Once again, a beautiful night for baseball. As we approach 6:30, just past 6 now. Plenty of sunlight left. As that's taken up and away, ball 2.
Sound like I can maybe do without a little bit.
Well, we called some night baseball last year at both venues. There's a chopper foul. Stays 2-2. For those who have followed this event the last couple of years, hosting duties were previously split between Great Kills and South Shore. This year, Great Kills, the lone site. In terms of the production logistics, that made it a bit easier for us, admittedly. There's a chopper toward the middle, base hit. Guasconi takes the turn and will stop at first. In to score is Wiseman, and it's now a 7-run ball game.
I believe now number 10 hits is what I have at least. 10 hits now for Union Endicott. Another RBI hit. Guasconi this time around gets it. It's 11-4.
Brandon Soul, the batter, takes outside for ball 1. Well, we spoke about it ahead of this game and the classic that we covered last year, the final game of pool play. Didn't mean anything for either team, and they put on a show. Wouldn't it be something if the comeback was on with 2 runs here in the 5th?
Yeah.
That was a special game we covered last year. Might be a one-in-a-generation game in terms of a game that did not impact whether or not a team could advance further in the tournament.
Right. Because again, we were not certain of when the game went into extra innings, if the extra inning, or the ghost runner, I should say, if that rule was in effect. That rule did not go into effect until we went to actual MLB extra innings, which we went to the 10th inning in that game. I believe that game ended in, was it 11 innings or 12 innings?
It was an odd number. It was a high odd number. It was either 11 or 13, I
think it was 13, now that I'm thinking of it.
That was a marathon, and not only was it a long game, but it was the final game at night. It began, I believe, at 8:30.
Yep.
And we probably didn't finish until close to 11 o'clock, if not later than that.
I think you and I both got home respectively around 12, 12:30.
It was a very long night.
And we had the semifinals the next day.
Yep.
Made that joke. If we were trying to see if maybe we could maybe sleep over that night
Yeah,
over here at Great Kills.
It's a very comfortable couch. We'd have to flip for it.
Yeah. We had some time in between our last game and this game. I spent some time on the couch just trying to relax.
Count 3-1 on Brandon Soul. He checked the swing, but that's called strike. At least I think so.
7.5 swing. He's now full.
Comes the 3-2. And that's hit sharply through the right side. Base hit. Soul keeps the line moving. And there are now 2 on for Union Endicott. Still just 1 out.
That was another hard hit ball in this inning. And this time Brandon Soul gets it. That was crushed into right field. And as you mentioned, it's first and second. Still just 1 out in the inning.
This, I would go as far as to say, is the biggest Union Endicott rally we've seen during pool play. We mentioned in the lead up to this game, they had scored just the 3 runs. They've surpassed that in this game. And a chance to make this interesting with an extra base hit. So that's in for a strike, 1-1. Jackson Pouch at the plate. He's gotten plenty of work on the mound in this game. Chance to do some damage with his bat. That's out of the zone, 2-1. 2-1. Bounced, right side, and booted. It ends up in right field, and the throw goes home. It's a good one, but in ahead of that throw was Grasconi. Bosch couldn't handle the grounder at second, and the rally continues. It's now 11-5.
Starting to get a bit interesting here now. 11-5 to score.
Nolan Pelicano at the plate. Takes out of the zone, ball 1. He singled and drove in a run back in the first. Reached on an error and then was erased in a rundown as the wild pitch will move both runners into scoring position.
You know, that's got to be at the bat. You know, has to be lingering right now with Saugerties. So they've already had one. You know, they had a 4-run lead, lost this week, a 3-run lead, lost this week, and now they were up 9 at one point in this game. It could dwindle a little bit more with 1 base hit.
Union Endicott has gone from the brink of defeat with the winning run at third, and now if they get a hit here, as that's chopped off the pitcher's glove and booted again. Booted again at short. This time Marino couldn't handle it. Another error on the infield for Saugerties, and it's now a 5-run ball game.
Joe, I don't want to say it too early, but I'm starting to get a bit of deja vu from last year.
If they were to come back and close the gap completely, we'd be looking at something very special for the second straight year, Nick.
We told you, folks, there might not be anything on the line, but it could be an all-time classic.
Nick Stradamus, perhaps, saying that you expected a lot of runs. You called it.
I did say.
And there's a called strike.
You want to show out on the final day of pool play. You have to show out, and teams have done so.
Adriano Stewart at the plate. 0 for 2, struck out and reached on an error as he takes outside, 1-1.
I have 17 runs combined on 18 hits.
How many errors now?
10.
Wow.
5 for each.
Wow. And there's a one-hopper to second. They could turn 2, and the throw ends up against the fence. And the runner's tagged out. And down on the turf is Stenta. I might have said Stewart again. If I did, I apologize. My handwriting trying to get this lineup in, simply awful. But Stenta was tagged out. He took a bit of a turn, and just like that, the inning is over. The run does count, however, as he was tagged out taking the turn. He was not tagged out for missing the base, and he was not thrown out at first. So our score is now 11-7, headed to the home fifth, and we have a ball game once again.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best, That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one. With awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
And we're back from Great Kills. And Nick, we've said it multiple times over the last 3 years, and this very well could be the last game of pool play that we call in this New York State Little League Baseball Championship. Not the 2025 championship, of course, but for us here on PDF, we don't know what the future holds. For the last 3 years, you and I have made a point of how rare double plays are in Little League. These are the best defensive players, and they can make it happen if anyone can. We have seen plenty of very unusual double plays throughout the week.
Yeah, I could probably count, I think 5 maybe that I can think of.
At least. And of those 5, 4 of them have been completely unorthodox.
Yeah.
At the plate here, Cameron Puglisi, he takes that pitch out of the zone. 2-2. Puglisi has struck out twice, once in the second, once in the third.
Saugerties looking for some insurance, Joe. They already know what happened the last time they had a 4-run lead. Hate to bring that up again for the Saugerties faithful, but have to make that a point.
Well, if any of our audience tuned away with Saugerties on the brink of victory and returned, they might be a bit surprised right now as Puglisi takes strike 3.
Another strikeout right there for Sol.
He's been pretty good since coming on in relief. He struck out the side in the 4th, albeit had to work around a lot of traffic. Deegan Lasusa, the batter now. He takes high, ball 1. Lasusa has walked twice, come around to score both times. Had a run batted in with a bases loaded walk that he drew back in the second. He takes a strike, 1-1. Well, if you get a 1-2-3 inning here, Sol looking to pick up a quick second out in this spot. By no means a sure thing, but if you get it, you get your offense right back to the plate with all the momentum. And Souza went on that swing. Strike 2.
Especially considering he was facing the bottom half of this lineup, 10, 11, 12. We want to get these 3 outs before bringing it back to the top of the lineup.
That one fouled off. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Saugerties extra hitter. 1-2. Bounces in, 2-2. The 2-2. And he got him. Souza tried to hold up, could not. And he goes down swinging for the second out.
Sol's fastball has just been lethal so far, Joe, since he's come out in relief. Another punch out right there, and now 2 go on the inning.
He's recorded 5 outs in this game, all via strikeout. Grayson Pavlidakis at the plate here. And he takes strike 1. That's in at the knees for a called strike 2. Soul 1 strike away from a 6th straight punch-out. Ooh.
Oh.
That sounded rough. Was that off the back of the helmet or his back?
I think off the helmet, because...
It sounded like it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me say.
Yeah, he's shaking up. I think it hit him in the back of the helmet. If that hit him in the back, yeah, back of the helmet.
Yeah.
And that was a loud thud. Pavlidakis is trying to walk it off.
And you even see Soul trying to make sure he's okay. Good sportsmanship right there from both teams.
Obviously no intent there.
And you see right there, he gives him a nice handshake to make sure he's good. That's what this tournament's all about, Joe, sportsmanship.
Absolutely. I was a huge fan of the Little League pledge recited before we got started.
Oh, yes, you were. That was, of course, done by Lucas Stenta from Union Endicott.
So with Pavlidakis being hit by the pitch, he takes first base with 2 outs, and that sends it back to the top of the lineup with Bradley Longo at the plate. Longo with the long ball his last time up, and here he has a grounder to short, and they go to second for the force on Pavlidakis to retire the side. So Brandon Soul, with good work out of the bullpen, keeps it a 4-run game, and Union Endicott comes to bat in the 6th, hoping to rally.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
Top half of the 6th inning from Great Kills Little League in a 4-run game. Union Endicott struck for 5 in the top half of the 5th. They cut a 9-run lead down to 4. Just 1 base runner in the home 5th inning for Saugerties. And now the visitors come right back to the plate, hoping for what would be a really special rally in this 6th inning.
Well, Joe, Saugerties, I'll bring it up one more time. I hate to keep doing it. They had a 4-run lead against Port. We saw what happened in that game. Can Union Endicott duplicate it and make things interesting here in the 6th?
If they're going to do so, Union Endicott will have to make it happen with the bottom of the order. 8, 9, 10 due up. But that being said, if they get some base runners, it turns it over to the top of the lineup, where they've had a good deal of success today. This is Colin Rexer at the plate, and he's behind 1 and 2. Rexer 1 for 2, singled and grounded out in his 2 at-bats. Bradley Longo back to the mound for Saugerties. And that's hit sharply, and it gets under Lyon's glove. Into right field, base hit. At least by my estimation, Nick, what do you think?
We'll have to see.
I think it was far enough to his left where you give that a hit. It was hit pretty hard as well.
Yeah, hit.
Dante Mikolajczak, the batter, and he takes a strike 0-1. Mikolajczak 0 for 2, has grounded out and struck out. And he's quickly in a 2-strike hole.
Need to get one more runner on to make things interesting.
Comes the 0-2. Bounced toward the mound, handled by Longo, his flip in time. Cam Lyons lost a batting glove in the process out of his back pocket. Or perhaps that was the base runner. And indeed it was.
Yeah.
One away and a man in scoring position. That will bring up Luca Stenta. Stenta 0 for 1. Walked in the second, struck out in the fourth. He takes high ball 1. Are they chanting Bubba from the dugout?
Yeah.
Okay, must be a nickname. That's taken up and away, 2-0. If you can get the next two batters on, Jack Wiseman would represent the tying run at the plate, back at the top of the order. And that's in for a strike, 2-1. Now chance of Luca. Maybe they were chanting Stenta?
I might have been.
That ball gets to the backstop. Heading for third is Rexer. No throw comes. And he slides in safely. Count now 3-1 on Stenta. Things get a lot more interesting if he can draw the walk or find a way on. And he indeed does take the base on balls.
Well, here we go, Joe.
Here we go is right.
Trenton Burners had a nice day at the plate as well. He gets on. Oh, hang on tight.
He is 2 for 2 with a couple of base hits.
And he hit him.
And the bases are now loaded.
Oh, my goodness.
It's happening, Nick.
It's happening again.
It's our 2024 finale all over again. The game that never ends. Stay with us.
If Jack Wiseman hits a home run, Joe, I don't know what to say.
Well, it's a good thing that I caught that our broadcast was about to end on Boxcast. We had to extend it 30 minutes. These two teams in the midst of a marathon. Our stream extended to 7 p.m. Wiseman at the plate takes a strike.
Wonder how many times we would have had to extend it last year.
Oh, that's a really good point. Wiseman, the batter, 2 for 3. A couple of singles and a run scored. And now he's behind 0-2.
What a big out this would be for Longo if he can get the strikeout.
Chance of Jackie from the Union Endicott dugout. Here comes the 0-2. And that gets to the backstop, but the runners will hold. No quit in this Union Endicott squad. In a game that cannot advance them, they have given it all. And the 1-2 is in for a called strike 3. Wiseman didn't like it, and there are 2 away.
Big punch out for Longo, keeps the bases stranded, and it's now up to Evan Bartlett with 2 gone here in the 6th.
First pitch from Longo, fouled off. Bartlett reached on a fielder's choice back in the first and had an RBI ground out in the 5th, but officially 0 for 3. Would love a big one right here. That's outside, 1-1. The 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Well, you walk Bartlett here, and then an extra base hit could tie the score. And how fitting would it be if Gio Guasconi came to the plate?
You know he wants one more chance.
And there's a grounder to second. Doesn't look like he will get that chance as Saugerties closes out pool play with a win. They turn aside the rally of Union Endicott and take the win 11-7.
Well, Joe, they had a sweat to get this one because it did not come easy. As you mentioned earlier on, it was 11-2. They had the winning run on third base. Good job by Brandon Soul. He got out of that jam and kept it 11-2. And then good fight from Union Endicott this one. They could have easily thrown it in the towel and said, you know what, we gave it a try this year at the tournament. We did a good job, but at the end of the day, it's just not our day. 5 runs in the 5th inning, and then here in the 6th, they got the bases loaded with 1 out, had a chance to maybe tie him in 1 swing. Unfortunately, were not able to get the job done. They'll finish pool play 0-3, and at least for Saugerties, Joe, tough way to end this tournament. I know, obviously, with the 2 losses they had to start it, but at least they get the win in the final game of pool play.
Saugerties picks up their first win of the week. It comes in the final game of pool play by a final score of 11-7. For both of these teams, their trip to the New York State Little League Baseball Championship ends here. Union Endicott 0-3, Saugerties 1-2 on this side of the pool. White Plains 3-0, and then Port Washington with a record of 2-1. SJS on the other side 2-1. South Shore 3-0.
Penfield 1-2.
Thank you, Nick.
Scotia Glenville 0-3.
Penfield 1-2. Scotia Glenville 0-3. Those are the records for our 8 teams through the conclusion of pool play. Looking ahead to our semifinal tomorrow at 9 a.m. St. James Smithtown Little League takes on White Plains Little League. That game set for a 9 a.m. first pitch. And our second game of the morning, South Shore will take on Port Washington. First pitch in that game scheduled for 11:30. So for those who have tuned in for any of the teams that have been eliminated, whether you're watching for Union Endicott, Saugerties, or perhaps just tuning in as a fan of either Penfield or Scotia Glenfield, we invite you all to join us for the semifinal tomorrow. But for those viewers tuning in for the last time, we thank you for your viewership and making this a very successful week of pool play, both on YouTube and over on Boxcast. A special thank you to everyone who purchased our premium pass for coverage over on Boxcast. But once again, pool play wraps up with an 11-7 victory. Saugerties over Union Endicott. Semifinals begin tomorrow at 9 a.m. My name has been Joe Foreman, joined by Nicholas Pavona. Join us again tomorrow morning at 9 for our first semifinal matchup between SJS and White Plains.